If you're not preparing right now, this next recession could completely wipe out your bank account. And the thing is, most people won't even realize it until it's way too late to do anything. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down what the top financial advisors are saying to better prepare yourself. So this is an article we're looking at here that was posted by CNBC. And the title of the article reads, "As recession risk jumps, top financial pros share their best advice to clients." Then it continues into the article and it says, "Fears of a global recession were ignited this week after President Donald Trump's extensive tariff plan was signed into effect on Wednesday evening." And also, just to give you a heads up, this article was posted a few days ago, so this is all relatively new news. So the article continues and it says, "In a speech delivered on Friday before business journalists in Arlington, VA, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said we're not in a recession just yet, pointing to low unemployment and well-anchored long-term inflation expectations despite the highly uncertain outlook." Then it goes on and says, "Although Powell said the economy currently looks strong according to most recent data, I understand the uncertainty that's weighing on people." So this just means that people are really starting to notice that there's really something coming. The article continues and it says, "Meanwhile, JP Morgan raised its odds for a US and global recession to 60% by year end, up from 40% previously." So this means that their estimation of a global recession in the US and worldwide has gone up by 20% from what they previously estimated. The article continues and it says, "Disruptive US policies have been recognized as the biggest risk to global outlook all year," JP Morgan strategist said in a research note on Thursday. Then it also says, Chief Economic Advisor Mohamed El-Aaron also warned on Friday that the risk of a US recession has become uncomfortably high. So this right here just goes to show you guys that the chance of an economic recession worldwide and in the US is increasingly growing by the day. So let's talk about what we can actually do to better prepare ourselves so that way we're specifically ready for this recession and come out better than ever. And the first tip is going to be cutting out any unnecessary expense that you feel like you no longer need. And I'm not gonna lie, this one is a tough one, even for me myself, because sometimes we feel like we need Amazon Prime, Hulu, Netflix, all these different random miscellaneous subscriptions that just add up. But the thing is, realistically, like, how often do we actually even use these things? The way I think about this one though is like, you shouldn't pay for entertainment. I feel like if you gotta pay for all these different apps to get entertainment, you might as well just watch YouTube for free. Everything that you pay for, you can pretty much find on YouTube. Like, you're watching this video right now, obviously this is like entertainment, but it's also education at the same time. But just stick to the free stuff like YouTube. Another miscellaneous expense you can definitely look to trim out is gonna be like coffee or any type of miscellaneous drink that you buy every day. Like, some people it's coffee, smoothies, protein drinks, or whatever. Try your best as much as you can to try to make these items at home, because I'll be honest, me personally, I'm a really big coffee drinker, so I would always catch myself going to Dunkin' Donuts every morning and buying like a $4 coffee. But eventually over time, I'm just like, I might as well just buy my own coffee machine and just make my own coffee at home. And doing this alone allows you to simply save more money. And it's not about saving the most money possible. It's about saving anywhere between an extra 50 to 100 bucks per month, because throughout the year, this is really going to add up. Because remember that in a recession, every single dollar matters. So if you can find any little thing in your life that you can trim off and save a little bit more money, it's definitely going to add up over time. So think about it that way, that you're saving yourself for an extra emergency fund just in case you need it. Also, to help you guys out with this a lot, I recommend downloading apps like the NerdWallet app to be able to manage what you're trimming, where you're saving your money, where you're spending your money, so that way you can stay organized and budgeting your money correctly. It also allows you to connect your bank account so that way you can specifically see all your new transactions. And trust me, I'm probably sure there's 2 or 3 things in there that you can trim out that you don't need. All right, now we're gonna head into the second tip and we're gonna talk about finding new income streams. So here's the truth. In a recession, you wanna make sure that you have as much financial flexibility as possible, so that way you're not relying on one source of income at all. Because at the end of the day, what if you get laid off or that source of income gets cut off and you don't have no other options available? Now with this one, I'm not talking about starting up the next $100 million company. I'm talking about a source of income that's gonna make you anywhere between an extra $100 to $1,000 per month. The first example of an income stream I recommend is renting your car car on Turo. So this one's going to be more so geared towards people in popular major cities like Texas, Florida, California, and also some cities in the Midwest. But if you have your vehicle, you can list it on an app called Turo that allows you to rent out your vehicle to other people that need it. And all you have to do is just make sure you clean up your car really nice, take really good pictures, post it up, and you can start making money within 24 hours. And the thing with this one too is you don't even have to have like a super nice exotic car or anything like that. You can have like an average, decently nice car that someone just wants to book for like a 3 to 4 day weekend trip to your city that just needs to get from point A to point B. So that's a really good deal if you can make a few extra $100 by literally just renting your car out to somebody else for 3 days when you probably weren't gonna drive the car anyways. The second income stream that I would highly recommend where you can make extra money is gonna be driving for Uber or doing DoorDash. The reason I say this one is because these apps are literally used everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're in a small city, big city, no matter what, all these apps are highly utilized. And especially in the new age in 2025, everybody is, likes their stuff delivered versus going to the stores. So this could be something where you can make a few extra $100 per week if you get really good at it. And the reason why I put this one in there, because I was personally looking at my DoorDash like, dang, I spent this much money. So definitely DoorDash for me personally, I need to definitely cut back on, but it's something that is highly utilized in any city that you live in. So make sure to try that out. The third income stream I would highly recommend to look into is selling items on Facebook Marketplace. This one's especially good if you're somebody that's very crafty or you know how to remodel stuff, because I personally know somebody that takes little furniture, little corner tables, they'll fix it up, paint it, whatever, and resell it on Facebook Marketplace for a profit. And they do make a decent amount of money per month just doing that on the side. Or if you just simply have stuff around your house and you don't utilize it no more, post it on Facebook Marketplace and get some money out of it, because you would much rather make money from something that's just sitting there versus getting nothing from it at all. The next income stream tip that I'll give you guys is gonna be providing a service that you're really good at. And it doesn't even have to be anything crazy. It could be if you're really good with dogs, you can dog sit. If you're good with kids, you can babysit. If you know how to do landscaping really well, you can offer this as a service to your neighbors and friends. Or even if you're really good at a specific subject in school, you can offer tutoring lessons to help other people get better at that. So with this one, try to get really creative. Think in your mind what you're really good at or what you can learn to get good at, so that way you can offer it as a service to somebody and make money from them. And remember, all these are not specifically to get you rich. It's just basically put into place to have you as a backup just in case something goes bad with your primary source of income. And on top of that, who doesn't like extra money? So the next section we're going to talk about is going to be starting your emergency fund. So starting your emergency fund is actually really important, because say for example, what if you lost your job one day or some miscellaneous bill popped up and you had to pay it? This is where this emergency fund comes in really clutch, because it allows you to use your backup money to pay for this expense versus it throwing you off the rails and losing everything. Also, top financial experts actually recommend that you have anywhere between 3 to 6 months of your living expenses saved up, but do not let this overwhelm you. With your emergency fund, try to start with as little as $500 as your first goal. And then from there, once you hit that, try to hit 1,000. So even if you start small, you can even start by saving anywhere between 10 to 50 bucks per week and just setting it aside in a separate account or just, somewhere where it's safe. So that way you can slowly and easily save your way up to that first goal. And then this is essentially going to become your safety net just in case anything bad happens. Because remember, in a recession, cash saves you time. So say for example, if you lost your job, your emergency fund could save you an additional month to be able to apply at different places to find new employment. It could also prevent you from going into deeper debt by being able to cover any miscellaneous expense that pops up. The next section I want to talk about is just making sure you stay calm and also stick to your plan. And this section is very important because with this one, you want to make sure you're not distracted by anything. For example, people want to go to Miami for spring break. They want to go on a birthday trip. But right now is the time to stick to your plan and save as much money as possible without any distractions at all. This also means don't be going out to the clubs, spending money on drinks and birthdays and gifts and all these different things, because right now is the time to lock in 100%, because you want to make sure your finances finances are straight going forward into 2025 and beyond. But that's all I have for today's video, guys. So if you found this video helpful and informative, make sure to give me a like and also subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any future videos moving forward. So other than that, I appreciate you guys watching all the way through, and I'll see you on the next one.